Mark Zuckerberg says in 5 years, Facebook will not be the social media company as we know it. It'll be a metaverse company. Now, that term was invented back in 1992 in the novel Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson. It refers to a virtual universe beyond our everyday reality. We spoke to Mark Zuckerberg exclusively, that's the real Mark Zuckerberg, about the company's first big step into the metaverse that is being released today. And we have to say, it's pretty amazing. Let's talk about metaverse, because, you know, for most people, it's a term that they're not familiar with. And if they are familiar with it, they don't really know what it means. It reminds me when we first heard about the internet. What is it? www what? How does that work? You know, I don't want to be a meme years from now where we're talking about metaverse. How do you see the metaverse?
So I think of the metaverse as the next generation of the internet. So you can kind of think about it as, instead of being an internet that we look at, it's an internet that we are a part of, or that we can be inside of.
Think films like Ready Player One, where the idea of a metaverse went by a different name.
Except for eating, sleeping, and bathroom breaks, whatever people want to do, they do it in the Oasis.
I always wanted to help build this kind of immersive system that you could be in with your friends and feel like you were present together, but go explore, you know, other planets or other periods of time, or, you know, play games together, but feel like you were really in it together.
But today you've got a big announcement. Drum roll, please. We like a big announcement on CBS, and we really like it when we're the only ones that have that announcement. So what's your big announcement today?
So today we're announcing a new service called Workrooms. It's basically a virtual reality service for collaborating together and doing work. So this is going to be one part of this overall vision that we've talked about, and it's something that we've been using internally at Facebook for a while, and we really like. But it basically gives you the opportunity to, you know, sit around a table with people and work and brainstorm and whiteboard ideas. For people who can't be there through virtual reality, they can just video conference in, so you can include everyone. But it's this pretty amazing experience where, you know, you feel like you're really right there with your colleagues.
I'm up for a demonstration. Let's go. Workrooms is used on Facebook's Oculus Quest 2 virtual reality headsets. Once inside, you can customize your own avatar. Mark, I'm in.
All right, welcome.
Oh my God, you've got freckles on your nose.
I have freckles in real life too, so I'm trying to do the best of my avatar.
Do you like my glasses? I like it in here.
Your avatar looks great.
This is my first virtual reality interview. How about
It's
you?
mine too. My first virtual reality interview too.
Isn't it good?
Excited to do this with you.
Isn't it good we can do this together? So how long have you been working on this? Were you getting all zoomed out? Because I was thinking I was getting zoomed out. Were you getting zoomed out?
So we actually started working on this even before COVID. And this has been a long-term project, you know, partially because we you know, have just been really optimistic about virtual reality.
Wait, Mark, this is so cool. Wait, just stop for a second, because every gesture you make, I can see all your hands, your expressions. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, this is, you know, one of the things that makes the biggest difference to me is, I don't know if you've had this experience on video
Zoom
conferences, is basically you're looking at a grid of faces.
Yes.
And there's no sense of space, right? So when you're really talking to people in person, you know, you have this experience where, you know, you're on my right, I'm on your left, right?
Yeah.
We kind of have a shared sense of space, and we remember the place that we were in as part of how we are having the conversation. And there's all this stuff, all this technology that goes into delivering this. For example, spatial audio, right? So what you'll probably notice is, you know, when I talk to you, it's coming from your left, right?
Yes.
You know, I mean, that's an important part of how, you know, we as people process the sense of space that we have and presence in the world, is that, you know, it's not like in real life we have a grid of faces and all the sound is just coming at us from exactly the same place. But, you know, we're very optimistic that in 5 years from now, people are going to be able to live where they want and work from wherever they want. But are going to be able to feel present as if they're together when they're doing that.
Do you have a favorite feature to use in here?
Yeah.
Something that you think is very cool?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of things that I really like. I mean, one is that you can just dynamically change the layout of the room. So, you know, I mean, here we're in a room layout that's designed for conversation. I can switch us really quickly. So now we're in a presentation setting.
Yes.
So that's pretty neat.
And Mike's in the middle, yeah.
And then, check this out. I can basically go and go stand at the whiteboard.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's like brainstorming, just like in a normal meeting that you would have been in. So I can say, welcome to Workrooms.
Guys, this is so freaking cool, but this is the thing I worry about. I miss being in the office with people. I like what you said, Mark, that people will be able to work wherever they want to. But does this mean that we'll be spending less time in the office? I so miss people. Am I alone in that, people in the room?
I don't think you're alone in that. I'm looking forward to seeing my colleagues and friends too. But yeah, you're probably a bit more extroverted than most people, if I had to guess. Certainly more extroverted than me. But I do just think that going forward, there are going to be more people who work remotely. So I think that there's an important place for offices for people to come together. But I also think that there's an important place for people who may want to live with their, stay with their family or where they grew up, but also want to get access to opportunities that maybe historically would have only been in New York or, in LA. And, I just think that those opportunities should be available to everyone. So, all these tools, whether it's video conferencing or, eventually being able to collaborate better in the metaverse in products like Workrooms, what we built here, I think is all just part of this progression of giving people more freedom to live where they want.
I saw a presentation years ago. Steve Jobs said, in your phone right now it's just a phone, but the day's going to come when you can play music, you can send emails, you can take pictures. And when I first heard it, that just sounded, how in the world can that possibly be? And here it is, everybody who has one in their pocket. Is that how you see the metaverse? It will be that ubiquitous that people, it will not be a foreign term. We'll all know it. We'll all be using it, and we'll think nothing of it. Is that how you see it?
Yes, and I think that will be the case in the next 5 to 10 years. I think we'll have devices that will be, like a normal pair of glasses that you can wear that can put holograms into the world, and I think we'll just have these amazing and magical experiences. I think it's going to be wild, and it's the thing that I am the most excited about contributing to building over the next 5 to 10 years.
All right, Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, as we sit here, August 2021, you and I have a date 5 to 7 years from now where we're going to play this interview and we're going to say, Mark, remember when you told us, fill in the blank?
I look forward to that.
August 2021, 5 years from now. I can't wait. See, did you hear he said he looks forward to that? Listen, Mark Zuckerberg is not like the other kids in the class, and clearly hasn't been for a long time. He told me that when he was in middle school, this is sort of a dream come true for him. He said, he'd leave his friends, they would go off. He said, wouldn't it be great if we had a world where we could still play together, but be in different places?
Yep. Yeah.
I said, you actually thought about that in middle school? In middle school, I thought when my friend left, I go, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Because we didn't even have cell phones. We didn't even have cell phones.
Right. Yeah.
So for him to be thinking about that even as a little kid, and now to be in one of the forefront, one of the leaders who's, putting this out in the universe, I'm fascinated. Listen, I thought this isn't the most attractive thing. They got to work on that. It was a little clunky for me, but I could clearly see where with some lessons I could get it.
Yeah.
I could get it.
Yeah.
And I'm technically challenged, but I could get that.
I'm with you, though. I miss people in the office.
Yes.
I do as well.
That's what
Anthony, I miss people I don't like.
I also
I'm telling you, I even miss them. They shall remain nameless, but you know who you are.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
No, I am too. I do hope the internet improves so something works everywhere. That's highly dependent on good web access.